What if a nation's true wealth isn't in its banks or stock markets, but in the legends whispered through generations? The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, has a history marked by colonization, war, and political upheaval. Yet beneath the official record, another story persists, a legend of unimaginable riches hidden just beneath the surface. This tale claims the Philippines is secretly the richest country in the world, its fortune waiting to be discovered. For decades, this myth has offered hope and shaped the national imagination, promising that one day, hidden wealth will lift everyone out of poverty. It's more than a myth. It's a narrative woven into society and politics, used by powerful figures to explain away unexplained fortunes. But where did this story begin? To find out, we must travel back to the chaos of World War II. In the aftermath of war, amid suffering and upheaval, the seeds of this legend were planted. It all starts with a defeated general and a promise of gold beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Enter General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the Tiger of Malaya. As World War II ended, legend says Yamashita oversaw the hiding of looted treasures, gold, gems, priceless artifacts, across the Philippines. Unable to ship it home, the Japanese army supposedly buried the treasure in secret tunnels and caves, creating the myth of Yamashita's gold. After the war, Yamashita was executed, taking the secret to his grave. For a nation devastated by war, the idea of a hidden fortune was a beacon of hope. The legend grew, inspiring generations of treasure hunters to scour the islands. The Philippines became a giant treasure map, every cave a possible jackpot. The line between history and folklore blurred, and the legend became part of the national conversation. People wanted to believe a great fortune was rightfully theirs, stolen by invaders and waiting to be reclaimed. This obsession set the stage for a man who claimed he found proof, Rogelio Roxas. Roxas's story would ignite the legend like never before. He wasn't just a believer, he said he had the gold, and his discovery would change everything. Rogelio Roxas, a humble locksmith and part-time treasure hunter, spent years chasing the legend. In 1970, following a tip, he and his team broke into a tunnel near Baguio and found what he claimed was the impossible: bayonets, gold bars, and a solid gold Buddha. The Buddha, heavy and filled with uncut diamonds, was the centerpiece. Roxas took the Buddha and several gold bars home, quietly testing and confirming their value. For a moment, he was the man who proved the legend true. But word spread, and soon his life unraveled. In a country ruled by a powerful president, such a discovery could not go unnoticed. The story of a locksmith finding a golden Buddha reached the highest levels of power. Instead of fortune, Roxas's find brought him suffering. His discovery was not the end but the beginning of a dark and twisted tale. The treasure meant to change his life would instead destroy it, and the legend would take on a new, dangerous dimension. The golden Buddha was about to enter the halls of power. In 1971, President Ferdinand Marcos's regime was tightening its grip. When news of Roxas's discovery reached him, everything changed. Armed men raided Roxas's home, seizing the Buddha, gold bars, and any evidence. Roxas was arrested, accused of fabricated crimes, and tortured for the treasure's secrets. His refusal to reveal more only deepened his suffering. The legend now linked directly to the Marcos family, fueling rumors that their wealth came from stolen Japanese gold. The golden Buddha, once in Roxas's home, was rumored to have been seen in the Marcoses' possession. This story became a symbol of the regime's greed and injustice, whispered in secret as martial law silenced critics. The myth transformed. The Marcos fortune wasn't just corruption, it was the nation's lost treasure, stolen again. The tale became a rallying cry for those who opposed the dictatorship. The legend of Yamashita's gold was no longer just a story, it was a weapon, and it would haunt the country for decades to come. The real and the mythical had become inseparable. Silenced during martial law, Roxas waited for justice. After the 1986 People Power Revolution ousted Marcos, Roxas sued the Marcoses in Hawaii for theft and human rights abuses. Though Roxas died in 1993, his family pressed on. In 1996, a Hawaii court found Marcos liable and awarded the Roxas estate billions in damages, a historic validation of Roxas's story. But the Marcos family never paid, and the legal battle drags on. Imelda Marcos has sometimes hinted their fortune came from gold, fueling the legend further. The Roxas case remains the only time a court has legally recognized a Yamashita treasure claim. Yet for the Roxas family, and many victims of the Marcos era, justice remains elusive. The myth persists, blurring the line between fact and fiction. The story is both a landmark and a painful reminder of unhealed wounds. The legend endures, but the real victims are still waiting for closure. The search for justice continues. The Roxas saga helped birth a new myth, the legend of Marcos gold. This story claims the Marcos fortune isn't from corruption, but from a secret hoard. Sometimes Yamashitas, sometimes from the fictional Talano clan. Marcos is recast as a guardian, not a thief, safeguarding treasure for the people. The myth promises that one day, every Filipino will share in this wealth. It's a seductive political fairy tale, offering magical solutions to poverty and inequality. For supporters, it's a matter of faith, not fact. The myth is a powerful tool, used to counter overwhelming evidence of the Marcoses' plunder. Billions have been recovered by the government, and the regime is infamous for the world's greatest government robbery. Yet the gold myth rewrites history, creating confusion and doubt. It allows supporters to dismiss documented theft as political attacks. The legend isn't harmless, it's a deliberate strategy to rehabilitate the Marcos image and regain power. Myth and politics, fact and fiction are dangerously intertwined. The fantasy of a secret, super-rich Philippines collapses under scrutiny. Supporters claim hundreds of thousands, even millions of metric tons of gold, numbers that defy reality. The Philippines' official gold reserves are about 131 metric tons, a fraction of the mythical hoards. Claims of 1 million tons are impossible. The total gold ever mined worldwide is only about 200,000 tons. The idea that one family controls more gold than has ever existed is pure fantasy. The real story is one of documented corruption, not hidden treasure. The government has spent decades recovering stolen assets, tracing money from war reparations and government projects. The wealth was real, but it came from the people, not a golden Buddha. The contrast is stark fantasy versus the grim reality of plunder. The myth distracts from the truth and delays real progress. The real treasure lost was public trust and national resources. The numbers don't lie, only the legend does. Today, legends like the Marcos gold myth spread faster than ever thanks to social media. Platforms like TikTok and YouTube amplify dramatic, false claims to millions in hours. Viral videos show AI-generated images of vaults filled with gold, fooling viewers with convincing fakes. Sophisticated disinformation campaigns fabricate bank documents and official-looking evidence. These digital ghosts prey on trust, making old lies look new and credible. Organized efforts use technology to influence public opinion and rewrite history. The battle for truth now happens on our screens, not just in courtrooms. Disinformation erodes trust in institutions and confuses citizens. The legend persists, not because of evidence, but because it's constantly revived online. Technology has given the myth a new life, making it harder than ever to separate fact from fiction. The fight for truth is ongoing and the stakes are higher than ever. In the digital age, legends never die, they just go viral. Is the Philippines secretly the world's richest country? All evidence says no. The myths of Yamashita's gold and Marcos' secret fortune are powerful, but not real. The true story is one of massive, documented corruption, confirmed by courts worldwide. These legends distract from real issues, recovering stolen billions and demanding accountability. They offer false hope and delay real solutions to poverty and injustice. Rogelio Roxas' story is a painful reminder. He was a real victim, not a character in a fairy tale. Focusing on myths, risks, forgetting those who suffered and still seek justice. The real treasure is the nation's history, memory, and capacity for truth. Facing reality is the first step toward a better future. The path to prosperity lies in truth, accountability, and learning from the past. The legends may endure, but the real fight is for justice and memory. That is the treasure worth fighting for.